Yo guys, welcome back to the channel, and today marks the first of the Clash Royale Part 1 free-to-play series. In this series, we're gonna learn, both you as a viewer and me as a player. We're gonna try to play Clash Royale, which is the Supercell's game, which is a strategy game, and it's a very fun game, and it kind of gets frustrating too. So this is a tutorial where you can learn everything, which is very easy. That's why I'm skipping the part of the first battle. But after that, I'll try to explain a few basic steps of how Clash Royale works. So as you can see, there are 3 towers. I mean, like, I destroyed all of them, but yeah. So as you can see, this is the lobby, and this is where you get the chest. I just unlocked the chest, and while I can wait, but still I'm gonna battle. So here you can see we have a king tower and we have 2 princess towers. So these are the cards, and the bottom pinkish part sorry, the bottom pinkish part is the elixir count. So whenever the elixir gets to 10, it maxes out. So the first primary thing that you have to do is to make the elixir grow rapidly. That means you have to use the elixir whenever you have it. Most of the players usually do a new mistake, which is they'll let their elixir fill and they'll just like stop playing the game and wait until the player uses the elixir. Like, think about it. The most elixir that you are using, the most elixir that you are gaining, and the most elixir that the enemies are wasting. So while stop waiting for the elixir to grow, you can just play a card, and which your elixir count will grow, as well as your army will also grow. You get what I mean? Yeah, nice. So the 3 towers contains 3 crowns, I guess. Yeah, crowns. Nice. Those 3 crowns are like the player which has the most crowns at the end of the game wins the game, obviously. So here you can see the princess towers are usually active. So whenever the troop comes to their side, they'll like shoot down the troop. But the king tower, which is in the middle, is technically at rest. So whenever it gets damaged or one of the princess tower is destroyed, it will stop. It will start like shooting the troops. So if you have any spell that you are using in the beginning of the match, just don't try to use it on the king tower, in which it will just activate the king tower and it's gonna destroy everything. So as you can see, I just placed 2 giants. Since this is just a beginner's match, these are all just bots. They are just explaining you to how to play the game. So these are just some beginning matches. That's why I'm not telling you how I'm playing and what I'm playing and what's the advantage of playing this card. But after a few episodes, I'll try to explain a few win conditions and how everything works. But I'm going to use a few terms here, and one of them is the elixir trade, or else you can say, like, yeah, elixir trade is a good word. So elixir trade, which means how much elixir you are spending versus how much elixir the opponent is spending. If the opponent is like creating a giant army and you are trying to defend it, and if he uses more elixir than you, that means you are in a very positive elixir trade. That means you are saving more elixir. That means the opponent is in a waste of elixir, which means, like, here in this game, elixir is the resource you have. So you just have to use the elixir to a good trade, and you have to get as much damage as you can, or else you can just like kill all of those troops with lower elixir, as low elixir as you can use. So as you can see, I'm just trying to quicken the match. That's why I'm doing a few mistakes here and there. But usually the first strategy, one of the basic strategy, is to use a tank which can withhold all of the damage, whilst we can use damaging troops such as archers or minions, or else let's see, bomber, which is an after card. So here you can see I just used a knight to protect the troops, which are I just used a knight in front of the archers because the knight can withstand all of the damage, whilst the archers can shoot down other troops. This is called as tank and supporting. You can say that it's like tank and supporting order. So you have to put a tank in front of the damaging troops so that you can damage most of them. While usually opponents will do that often too. That's why there are a few things that you can do in order to stop their push. So this is a longer battle than I thought. Usually these battles last very let's just say since they are bots, they will lose easily, but I just played it a bit wrong, that's why it took me a while. So the other thing is, whenever the elixir, whenever the time, which I guess it's 2 or 3 minutes at the start of the match, whenever it gets below 1 minute, then it will go to then the elixir count gets to like the elixir gets doubled every time. So per second you can like first I don't know the seconds, but you're gonna get double the elixir in which the first match you're gonna get. So if you are playing a very big deck which consists of like greater elixir cost, then try to prolong the match as much as you can. After the double time elixir, then you can just play the match in which way you want. Here you can see I just did something like, yeah, my since my channel name is Skullburn and my player ID is Skullburn, I just named it as Skullburn. And I have stacked up a few chests. Like you need to open the chest as fast as you can, so that you can it's beneficial for you to get more cards. But since this is just a beginner video and this is just a beginner's cards, I just stacked up the chest so that it looks great. Trust me guys, like whenever you have a stack full of chests, then it looks so damn great. So upgrading cards is easy. You upgrade the cards whenever you have duplicates of them, and then you will get XP. The more experience you get, the more level ups you can get on the King's Tower and the Princess Towers. So as you can see, I guess this is the final battle. I just played a giant to the left. Like since giant is a slow moving card, I just used it on the back so that I can prepare a greater push to the left side. He used goblins, which I countered with my knight, and then he used a giant to the front. That's a new mistake. Like that's a mistake where every new player does, where they just aggressively use a giant card to the front. No guys, you have to use the giant to the back. Or else if you want to defend your towers, then you have to use the giant to the front. But since you are just pushing, you have to use your giant to the back. So as you can see, that giant that I placed to the back created a very large push, or else you can say giant push. Get it? So as you can see, the tower is going down. Whenever you have so many damage dealing troops to the side, then trust me, the tower is gonna go down. The more bigger the card is, or else the more big the unit is, the less damage it does, the less DPS it does. The smaller units does more DPS. That's why I usually put smaller units to the back, so that they can do more DPS. So this is the first arena, which is Goblin Stadium. We can unlock Spear Gobs, normal Goblins, Hog Rider and Goblin Hut are the best cards you can get in here. So this is the final chest, I guess. Yeah, I just unlocked the Musketeer. So the Musketeer is a long range troop, which is essential, I guess. Like you can use it in every deck you can. And we unlock the Prince. The Prince is a good card, and like later in the game it's kind of useless, but in the first, we unlocked mini P.E.K.K.A. too. Nice. So, and this is the trophy. Yeah, that's the battle pass. And here you can see I'm upgrading the cards. And this is the deck I'm using right now. So as you can see, I'm trying to order the deck, right? Whenever you have a deck full of random cards, just try to order them. So I use a typical order, which is like my win condition, or else the tank that I'm using, the support cards, and after that I'm going to use a small spell, which is arrows, and a big spell, which is fireball. After that I'm going to use a mini tank, which is knight, and then I'm going to use a ranged which is musketeer, and then I'm going to use the prince, and then I'm going to use a swarm card, which are minions. This is not the ideal thing. Sorry guys, this is just I'm going to skip it. And then yeah, nice. So this is our first match at the Goblin Stadium against Prime. So I'm just rocking the usual deck, guys. So I'm gonna put a Musketeer, which is a slow moving troop, that's why I put it in the back. Well, since I don't have the giant as a tank, I'm gonna use the next tankiest troop in my deck, which is the knight. But he of course uses a giant to the front, which is just as I told you guys, like it's a big mistake that usually every new player does. So I just put, like, look at that, the tank and then the knight as a support card. That's why I put my prince to the back of the giant, so that it would attack the knight first. After that it will just clean up the the remaining prince, I guess. He just used a musketeer, which is a 4 elixir cost card, as a defense unit, which doesn't do anything, which will not do anything. I don't know the rammer. So I'm gonna put another giant to the back, and then I'm trying to do a giant and musketeer push, which is like the usual and typical push, since I don't have any slow moving damage dealing cards. So as you can see, there are just like 2 minions to the left side, which I really don't care about, because I'm trying to get 3 crowns. The thing is, guys, like in the first few arenas you can get 3 crowns very easily, but later in the arenas you can't usually get 3 crowns, because the people are just they have good decks, or else you can't just counter most of the cards. That's why in the first arenas try to get as many 3 crown victories as I can. So see, as I put the prince to the left, the crown just died. You don't have any defense card against me, so that will be a 3 crown victory against Prime. So moving back, we just got a silver chest and then a few crowns, since it's a crown rush event, guys. Sorry for ending the video so abruptly, but I just have to stop the video. So if you like the video, then go and like and subscribe to the channel, and I see you guys later. Bye.